This is a very new setup. And as if you know me, you know that if I experiment something, rather than doing it in the background and not repurposing it, I will always choose repurposing. So today you're in luck. You're gonna attend a short presentation of, the question I always get: what is it exactly that you do? So we're gonna go through a few slides because I want to explain to you what we do in a nutshell, so that, some of you have been watching for a while, or maybe you're new to my world. So if you don't know me, I'm Angélique Binet. I'm the founder of Social Media Love, and I help women entrepreneurs to find clients on the internet, and most importantly, to dance with their fears of becoming visible when it comes to posting, yes, but also creating offers they love to serve to their clients, pricing their offers, building sales process that help them to show up in a new way, asking for what they want, and reaching out to people. Because when you are selling, you got to talk to people. So there's nothing in what I'm sharing with you that I don't do myself, that I've been, working on it, at it, with the clients I serve for years. I have about 30 years of, communication expertise, and marketing is a way to communicate, right? So let's deep dive. I'm gonna put the presentation in big like this, and then I'm going to just explain to you what is the visibility amplifier. So this video is for you if you're a female entrepreneur, and I'm really thrilled to go through this because this is, yes, it's a program, but more than that, it's really a journey, and it's a deep dive into who you are meant to be, because I believe that when you choose entrepreneurship as a female entrepreneur, you actually use your purpose on earth, and your business become kind of the vessel of the mission that you have. So at Social Media Love, our mission is to amplify women's voices, one post, one video, one belief at a time. And when I look back, I just celebrated my birthday, 51 years. I've always been this person, even at school, who would help people to share their voices, whether as a journalist, or as a PR person, or as a communication officer, as a connector in projects. I am always the messenger. And if you look at my first name, Angélique, is from the word angel, and in Greek, I think it's in Greek, yes, it means the messenger. So I guess look at your name and see if you can find some pieces of why am I on earth, right? So the visibility amplifier is 12 months, and it's based on identity evolution and business mentoring, both, right? So we're going to talk about strategy. We're going to talk about nervous system regulation. We're going to talk about content creation and sales, all on repeat, because that's how real and sustainable, growth happens. It's not like, here's the thing, and now do it. First, most people don't do it. They have the things like, who has millions of courses and trainings they never opened, right? So this is not that type of things. So let's get started. I'm going to change the slide. Can I do this like this? Yes. And admire, this is my very first all AI produced presentation. And it was so beautiful. And I even have some earrings to match the gold, because you feel like a queen when you are in our community. Okay. So the moment that it's time to be surrounded by this type of community. So I'm going to share a little bit of what I hear from women who are coming to me the very first time, that they've heard of what we do, but they don't really know what we do. But they all say this: it's either they're to a point where they've tried everything and the needle is not moving. in terms of revenue, in terms of visibility, and how do you take your online visibility or even on stage visibility and make it a sell, right? So how do you do that bridge, build that bridge? Or maybe they have already a very successful business revenue-wise, but they're kind of bored, and there is something that tells them that there's something off, not wrong, but off. And I see that again and again. And they think it's a strategy or a tactic, when in fact, they need a reset. Because I always say having a business is the best personal development school you can have. Because it will get you in all the corners you hide, and it will expose you in all the ways that you don't want to be exposed. So this is why when you start your business, then you build the foundation, then you start to make the foundation work. Then after that, you expand, and then you get known more and more for what you do, and you get to have, clients' results. This shapes your identity. You cannot be the same person that started the business, right? So this is why identity is at the core of the work we do. And I know that a lot of women that come to me, they feel fatigued. They feel confused. But deep down, they know that it's time for something different. It's just a shift is happening. And then we have a tendency to see that as a wrong factor or a signal that we're off, when in fact it's a signal that growth is happening. So I would say I am an agent of growth for these women entrepreneurs. We're craving ease. As we get older, we're more mature. We know exactly what we want and what we don't want, right? And we are not scared anymore to talk about the fact that we want more ease, more money, and more flow in our businesses, but also in our lives, right? So if you're done with, someday I'll do this, then this is a type of kind of energy we bring. Like when you're done with someday I'll do this, which means you probably don't feel ready to jump in it, but there's something in you that's like, this is exactly what I need right now in my life. So you want a business that expands because of who you are, of your truth, of using your voice in a way that scares you. And then the shift that happens when you come from that place is that, for example, creating content for your marketing is not a chore anymore. It's like almost a divine intervention, and a powerful one. We have so many tools, right? And when I see the AI tools, like how incredible it is, like that presentation, I had so much fun to make. So you're gonna hear me say that a lot, if you haven't yet, that visibility doesn't happen when you push harder. It happens actually when your system finally feels safe to be seen. And I had the last deepest experience of this on a TEDx stage. I actually just built a little guide for you. It's been almost a year and a half or 2 years at TEDx. And I'm just starting to talk publicly about what happened. 5 minutes I got on the red carpet up until 2 minutes after I was in my speech. So you will see posts about this around that topic soon, because it's built. I just need to put it out there. But this is what I mean. It happens when your system finally feels safe enough to be seen, right? That's what it is. And most marketing and sales programs, they teach you what to post, what to say, what to position yourself. And some of them are using that breathe and stuff like that, but it's like accessory on our planet. It is foundational. The foundation is your nervous system regulation. And as you rewire that, we build, the offers and the sales process and the marketing process and the lead generation. But the first part is the nervous system regulation. how to master your mind and your emotional states as a CEO. So we're rewiring who you are as you are posting, as you are speaking on stage, as you are selling, as you are promoting. And the missing piece for most of you is probably not your strategy. Yes, you have to know how you go from a post to a sale, but anyone can teach you that. It's the same everywhere. It's a basic of, selling and marketing. It's how you show up through it that is the differentiator. And I see it in myself all the time. Every time I am in a kind of, I call this in a gap identity-wise, and usually the gap is a growth edge, I slow down my revenues, right? So you'll see as you practice with us, the correlation between how you feel and how you sell, literally. That's deep self-trust. It's get shit done with deep self-trust. And selling with integrity is not a pushing thing anymore. It's like, yes, every time I reach out to someone, I call my reach outs, for example, divine intervention. But every time I reach out to someone, I believe that I am the solution to a problem or to a challenge that person is going through, whether she's aware or not of it. That's a key, right? And not taking anything personally about this. So when you lead your marketing and your sales process from that place of calm and power and acknowledging your fears, dancing with your fears, then this is about the becoming process that you hear everywhere. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to move to the next slide where I explain that the visibility amplifier is for you if you have explored, why visibility more about safety than strategy, and you've done the work, the inner work, the business work, the mindset work. All the, Mel Robbins, the Tony Robbins, whatever, like all those names. And then this is for you if you're already in motion, but you feel that there is something that is slightly off. And you're ready to lead from a whole new level. And it's not that it's off because it's wrong, okay? It's just there is that lingering, what else is possible for me, right? And then you have a tendency to see a slowdown in an area of your business as a failure, but it's not true, right? There is something that that you need to explore and uncover. So the visibility amplifier is really for women who are already in business or stepping into it, like fully. And you're eager to either run with it, no matter what, the messy middle stuff, that's where we go. And more importantly, you are craving a community of amazing, eager, heart-led entrepreneurs community who gets you. So a lot of my clients, they say, when I come to the sessions, and we don't have tons of sessions, they say, I feel that I'm coming back home everywhere. And each time we meet online or in person, they come back home. So I would say it's home to themselves more than anything. But the community, if you don't have a community yet where you feel home, then I would invite you to find one and explore it and experience it, because it has something that is irreplaceable, right? So if you're ready to stop hiding someday I'll invest in myself, or someday I'll do the TEDx, or someday I'll write the book, someday, I don't know, whatever is your thing, and you want to simplify your offers or finally create offers that you are dreaming of, but you think you're not ready, you want to change your pricing because you know that you're underpricing, and reach maybe new audiences, right? This is for anyone that is a coach, a consultant, a healer, a realtor, service-based entrepreneurs. We have some retailers as well with a mission. It's always about the woman behind the mission. And if you use your voice as a brand of your business, this container, this experience of the visibility amplifier is for you. That sounds like the right place for you. So I want to show you another slide that I did. This. I started to kind of dig more into numbers to refresh my numbers. So I'm going to bring you some international, US, and Canadian numbers. So the first one is, it says, that female entrepreneurs are responsible for 49% of all new businesses, which is a big increase since 2019. I think in Canada it's a little less, but it's still a lot. And in Canada, I found this. If you're watching from Canada and you have other number about this, I thought it was a cool example from British Columbia, where every dollar lent to a woman entrepreneur generates more than $15 in a new economic activity. So that's the power of, entrepreneurship as a female entrepreneur. Now, I just come out from a 3-day female entrepreneurship summit last month. And it was a number that was coming back a lot is this one, is the fact that there is a funding gap. Despite, this massive growth of female entrepreneurship, women entrepreneurs still receiving only 2% of venture capital funding globally. And a lot of the women who were in the room, and I think we were hundreds, mentioned that, access to funding, access to funds. And so that's so interesting, right? That we're still seeing a big gap for funding access. I want to show you. No, that's not what I want to show you. This. And my last number is more at the global, because if you get to know me, I am from the planet. I'm not just from a country. I like to have a global eye on things. So the global finance gap for women entrepreneurs is estimated to 1.7 trillion on the planet. So that's pretty cool. I just wanted to bring you some perspective because you are part of this, right? Okay, now I can show you the next one, because some of you are like, what do you do on a regular basis? So the way we have a monthly rhythm, and so how does this come all, to life? Every single month, we're gonna deep into the 4 pillars that we really transform your business and your visibility. So it's hands-on always and real-time work. We start with Magic Monday. We start with Magic Mondays, where we actually rewire those identity blocks that have kept you playing small. And by the way, they're not really blocks, but I'm not going to get into too much details right now. Then after that, we move into powerful business coaching and mentoring. And it involves as well identity mentoring. How do you bring Magic Mondays in your everyday life? And that's direct support and on your strategy, on your offers, on your processes, anything that you're working on in your business, rather than figure it out in your corner. You come to this Monday Momentum, and then we help you. And then after that, I think it's my favorite part. It's your content lab creation. So literally, I create content for you out of videos that we do, where I interview you live and you walk away with ready-to-use video clips, right? And that's, right now I can say on my social media platforms, all the reels, even talking heads, they are what brings me most of views in terms of source of views or impression, like not impression, but people watching my content are from those video clips. But what's important, that why I'm sharing this, is that those people are not my followers. They are other people outside of my pool of people. So the algorithm is so interesting right now. And then we also have the 4th Monday of every month, the Sales Lab, where we do the work together. So you're never guessing what to do next. You reach out, you do follow-ups, like the thing that we're supposed to do every day. So at least if you are skipping that part, a lot of women entrepreneurs skip that part, which is the most important part. So we do it together. We even implemented a pilot project recently where we meet every Wednesday to do it. So we were meeting we met five times last month, right? And that has a direct impact on your revenue. So this rhythm ensures that you're always moving forward, always moving, never stagnating, never just learning. We're not here to learn. And speaking of more support, you also get access to the visible method training, but I'm not giving you the training, like do the training and then do the work. I use that visible method trainings as a prescription. So let's say that you're maybe working on your lead magnets or lead generations activities, and then you need some help with that. If I have already a training that I've done in the past, I will give you the number of the training and say, look, watch training 15, then let's connect. So that's the way we do it. So let me do that. At every level, you are supported, right? And I'm here. And my beautiful coach, executive coach is here too, Kim Mintenko, right? So this is not a one-size-fits-all program because it's personalized to you. And that meets you exactly where you're at. So the way, like if you were to come in this month, we always start with a 90-minute call with me where we create your visibility and business prescription, as well as your vision. We always start with your vision. Why do we do this? Because from your vision, you know how you feel when you are in the reality of your vision. So we use your mind in a very expanding way so that you can let and teach your body how to feel the emotions of your future. And when you feel that every day, even when you're not in the reality of your vision yet, because you rehearse the emotional states that you want to cultivate, then this is how opportunities show up and you're ready for them. You can see them, you can feel them, and then you can receive them, right? So that's what we bring. That's why we always start with your vision and then a prescription for your training. So I'm going to go through, what do you need? Where are you at? Where you want to go? And then let's build a plan, usually around 90-day plan, so that we can keep track of things. Then every 8 weeks or so, we have a calibration session. So we meet every 8 weeks. We look at where you at based on your prescription, or if you want to talk about a specific aspect of your business, visibility, we can use that time. It's for you, right? And then every month we have a beautiful pranic healing session with my friend, pranic healer Farrell Moore. She has been my healer for, 6 years. She even helped me, the night before my TEDx. Farrell, when you're going to see the free guide that I prepared that explained what happened at the TEDx, in the US, she was part of this to help me. So I won't tell you more, but that's part of what Farrell is about for me. And I bring you extraordinary people, right? One of my clients said that I am a one-stop shop, right? I don't do everything myself. I bring key people to help you. And then for deeper connection, we have one meetup a year, where we're going to meet in person. And we do a live immersion to anchor your new identity. So we meet you in the sisterhood in a place that I always choose. It's random, but it's always fun. And then you get access to the full visible method training vault, as I said earlier. This is really designed to ensure that you feel completely held and supported, so that what truly becomes possible for you when you are supported like this, right? What else is possible for you? Now, I'm going to give you some examples. We've talked about, a deep support that you receive. Now you do the work, right? And most of the time, It will not be about building the campaign or building. It will be enough for you to change the way you see the world and you see yourself in the world of business to unlock the business, to unlock the revenue, to unlock the visibility, right? So women in this container, yes, they grow their business, but they all tell me that they become another person. That person always has been there, by the way. I just want you to know. It's just, as we get older, we have so many layers that we forgot who the F we are, right? So we reconnect to this. Actually, that's one of the things we give you is the who, the F I am statements, right? So because I know all of you wants to generate more revenue, I do. So for some of them, for example, is hitting your first 10K month and do it, consistently. And what do you need? So we, of course, check, what do you need to put in place in terms of, offers and systems, but who do you need to become to believe that you consistently generate 10, 20, 25K or more per month, right? Some of them have actually increased their revenues by 112% year over year, or launching the offer that they've been talking about for years, and now it happened. Raising pricing, that's a key one. Chances are, if you come to me, I'm not going to make you change your pricing, but I'm just going to ask you questions and you'll answer them. And you take the, you'll course correct if you desire to. And then some of them are speaking on stages or stepping onto a TEDx stage or whatever is your stage, right? It could be any stage. It could be from never posting. One of my clients, she was never posting, and now she went to monthly live videos with her audience on LinkedIn every single month, right? Getting leads from this and getting to love it. Yeah, you can love. That's why we're called social media love, right? And then it's also one of the results you can expect is building a digital presence that you finally feels like you. A lot of 6 or 7 figure entrepreneurs that come to me and said, I would like to be like you. So number one, don't be like me. But what they mean by that, I would like to be like, here's Angelique talking away, whether she has makeup or not, to be me. I'm me. So everybody has their own way to be themselves. So it's first recognizing who are you, and then how can you bring more of that into your content so that it's flowy and easy, like talking to you right now and showing you my first AI presentation that I like with my new earrings. That's me, because I'm very transparent. I test things and then I share them with you. So those are examples. There is way more, but I wanted to try to keep it short. So now you might wonder, who is this girl, right? Especially, if I put this video on ads, I might land in your feed and you don't know who I am. So I'm going to give you, a cute. Yeah, she's very cute. That's not me here, but I don't know. I love the creation of that design, whatever. So you are led in this community by a woman who has lived and still lives the transformation that she teaches. I walk the walk, I talk the talk with you. Always. I generated between 5 to 25K a month consistently. I have waves, go down, up, but I know I can do this. And building a business rooted in truth and not hustle. So that's really important for me, because I burnt out a few years ago. I had so many offers. I had a Chinese buffet, one of my coaches said. So now it's completely streamlined, completely me, and I'm having fun, right? So this is what I've built for myself. This is what when you come in and, I want you to make money. I want you to optimize everything in your business so that when you sell and it brings you cash. When you network, it brings you cash. When you speak, it brings you cash, right? It's always a long-term game, right? Sometimes things happen from Thursday to Friday, but what we do is we build your digital ecosystem so that it works on repeat. And you can start delegating some pieces of it, right? When there is a system, you can delegate and automate some of it. But first, you got to do it, especially if you don't have one. Before you invest in anything else, just do the thing and learn every step of your process so that you are able to have a standard operational process that you can delegate to a machine or to a person. I delivered a TEDx talk, published 2 books, and I created white glove retreats in France and Canada, and still do. I love retreats. And basically, I help you, step into your most visible, profitable, and aligned self, because, building a business is not for the faint of heart. And if you can do it from a very true place, that is you, not fake you, even though, I used to be fake, but I didn't know about it. So that's the awareness that, I'm bringing to the table so that you see yourself in a new way. And then we combines everything from the neuro identity evolution system that I talked to you about to the visible method that's part of it, and it brings deep business mentoring as we are setting up all of this. I think I'm almost done. Yes. Investment wise, because I know all of you, I'm like, how much is this? So 1 year, 1 container, everything you need to become visible. You cannot not be visible after spending time with us. At least visible to yourself, which is the most important part. So you are here with us for 1 year. It's $15,000. Or if it's easier for you, it's $15,000 for the year, or $1,500 a month, right? And as a, before you had to do like the neuro identity work and then get to the container, but now it's part of the gift. Magic with Social Media Love, that is the part that I'm talking to you every Monday, on the first Monday of the month. We call this Magic with Social Media Love. That's the inner name, is now a part of it. And that's that's been the gift of the thing. So you don't have to have the business thing and then the identity thing. It's one experience together. And so I think that's the most beautiful gift I could have ever done to whoever comes on our planet. So basically, that's what it is. Very simple, again. Now, if you have questions, always ask them to me. And then I'm inviting you to join if we haven't talked yet and you're ready to jump on this. You're going to just DM me based on where you're watching this video. You're going to DM me visibility, and I'll connect with you. Or if you want to scan that little thingy here, you can scan it, or go to socialmedialoveab.com. You'll see that there is you can directly book a visibility audit with me. And what it is, it's basically a 15-minute connection with me, where I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions to know where you're at in your business, and what you sell and what you do to sell it. And what is your step-by-step process to sell? Like, don't freak out. Most people don't have a clear process, and that's okay. That's why we bring you in and we clarify that so that you don't have to think about this anymore. You can just rinse and repeat while you are changing your identity, because this is a key. You could have the best process, but if you're not the person that you want to be, or anchored in this identity of the woman who sells from the heart, it won't work, right? That's why we do that foundational work every first Monday of the month, that you're going to do until the end of your life, by the way. Okay, so scan this to book your visibility audit. or just go to my website, socialmedialoveab.com. Make sure there is the AB, which is my first name and last name, right? That's going to give you access to book an audit as well. And if you don't find any of this, just DM me audit, because I'm going to mix everything. Audit. Let's go with the word audit. DM me audit, and I'll connect with you. I hope that was helpful.